いつ狙われても完璧に守り通す。
I guess a message to the other competitors on the track in Japan, from North America, Europe, etc. is just beware of my driving and stuff, but let's hopefully have a friendly competition.
追い抜かれたら抜き返すことは超難関。パンダの鉄壁のディフェンス走行に注目せよ。韓国代表ダイブ。彼の特徴はリスク徹底排除走行。ダイブはとにかく被弾が少ない。予選でもほぼ被弾することなく完全優勝を成し遂げた。その気になる戦術は、1位の時は防御アイテムを持ち続け攻撃する隙を与えない。2位以下の時はバックスナイプで後方プレイヤーを攻撃。攻撃されるリスクを減らして周囲をもぎ取るチャンスを待つ。
한국을 대표하는 자리로서 월드 챔피언 자리에서도 부끄럼 없는 플레이로 꼭 우승 노려볼 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다.
被弾しない男ダイブの走りを見届けよう。そしてこれから代表決定戦に挑む2選手をご紹介。香港代表ジム。その特徴は超イン攻め走行。壁に当たるギリギリをイン攻め。さらにマシンが落ちるギリギリまでイン攻め。とにかくインを攻めて攻めて攻めまくる。インを攻めた華麗なコース取りで代表の座を勝ち取りに行く。最初は参加するかどうか迷っていたけれど、香港台湾コミュニティの友達に勧められてステージに立つことができたんだ。彼らに感謝しているし、応援してくれる親にも心から感謝しているよ。対するは台湾代表ラミオ。彼の特徴は猪突猛進型走行。スタート直後いきなりラミオのスタイル。相手にぶつかろうが障害物があろうが最短距離で前を目指す強気の走り。アイテムなんか気にしない、ただ速く走る、それ一択。強気の走りで代表の座をつかみに行く。
我一定会击敗世界各地的选手的。
超イン攻め走行のジムか、猪突猛進型走行のラミオか。この戦いを制し代表をつかみ取るのはどっちだ。日本代表決定戦。日本代表は4月13日に行われるマリオカート8デラックスオンラインチャレンジ決勝ステージで決まる。争うのはこちらの4選手。この戦いを制し日本代表の座を勝ち取るのは一体誰なのか。注目の一戦を見届けよう。世界各地域の代表がマリオカート世界一の座をかけて戦う。マリオカート8デラックスワールドチャンピオンシップ2024は4月14日ライブ配信。世界一の称号は誰の手に。
Kind of delay, you have to wait.
日本代表決定戦。4月13日に行われるマリオカート8デラックスチャレンジ決勝ステージ。
Go, what? Why is it freaking out? Stop freaking out! Okay, there we go. Let me check if the audio is good. Okay, so it's kind of. Let me put this down a little bit. Okay, there you go. Let me check it with the audio. Okay, so it's kind of. Let me put this down a little bit. Oh, I have to leave my phone on. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just bored. Let me just switch to loading screen for a minute because I think I can do something while. Okay, let me just take some stuff out. Okay, I got some things. Okay, shove this one in here. Okay. Rip this cable out. I got a cup of water. I might drop it. Shove this cable in here, I guess. Okay. Let's see if this works. Switch. Okay, then capture devices, USB audio. Come on. I think it's working, but I need my controller. Okay, so browser. Okay. Copy this here. Oh. Where's the browser? I and I fell asleep. This here. Gonna make it suffer for gameplay on the bottom. Okay, how you? Let me just edit some things out. No, cancel. Crop it. How you crop the image? There you go. That kind of worked. Let me open an image to put on the background. No, you want? Let's add him. Right here on the corner. Nah. Okay, add image. There will be your surfer's gameplay on the bottom. It does work. I'm gonna do so badly. Can you hear? Let's fix that. Oh, I'm lagging. But I'm still killing it. Oh, 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 whoa. just so badly. Can you hear? Let's fix that. Oh my god, I got distracted. Oh my god, my game. North Korea. Come on, come on, come on. Stop. Oh my god, I got distracted. Oh my god, my game. Oh my god. North Korea. Come on. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose. Do a big cut here. A big cut here. Fifth place.
そ
Okay,
れで
there
は
we
ワール
go.
ドチャンピオンシップ2024でレースの解説をしてくださりますこの方を紹介します。
伊豆さんです。
よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、皆さんこんにちは。本日ワールドチャンピオンシップ2024で解説役を担当させていただく IS とかギフと申します。よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いいたします。
さて、伊豆さん、
はい
まずは昨日の決勝ステージ振り返って大変盛り上がりましたよね。
いや、もうかなり感動的なレースばかりで、練習の成果が見えたといった形でしたね。
そして今回は初のこの公式の世界大会ということなんですが、どんなところを注目していきましょうか。
そうですね、各国の代表が集まるということで、本当にこのゲーム、国によってプレイングスタイル大きく変わってきますので、そのプレイングや立ち回り等に注目していきたいです。
そしてワールドチャンピオンシップ2024の大会形式としまして、個人戦形式で
どうぞ
レースを行い、合計ポイントで順位を決定いたします。それではここでルールを改めて確認していきましょう。モードは 150cc、 チームは個人戦です。アイテムはノーマルアイテム、 CPU は CPU 強い、マシンはマシンすべて、レースは12レースとなっております。なお本大会ではハンドルアシストの機能は禁止となっております。さあ続いてポイントについてです。1レースごとに得られるポイントは、1位が15ポイント、2位が12ポイント、3位が10ポイント、4位が9ポイント、5位が8ポイント、6位が7ポイント、以下はご覧の
Okay,
ポイントとな
that's
ってお
kind
り
of
ます。
good.
そして気になる対戦コースも発表になっていますので、こちらも確認しておきましょう。第1レースは N64 ビーチサーキット、第2レースは GBA リボンロード、第3レースはドルフィン岬、第4レースは DS ワリオスタジアム、第5レースは 3DS ネオクッパシティ、第6レースはエキサイトバイク、第7レースはツアーバンコクラッシュ、第8レースは Wii ココナッツモール、第9レースは GCDK マウンテン、第10レースはシャボンロード、第11レースは SFC クッパ城3、第12レースは Wii レインボーロードとなっております。なおこの12レースが終了後ですね、1位が同ポイントで並んだ場合はスペシャルカップのスカイガーデンで最終レースを行いまして優勝者を決定いたします。さあこのコースご覧になって伊豆さんいかがでしょうか。
はい、12レース行うということで、今回前半の6レースに関してはこちらマリオカート8デラックス標準搭載の 48コースから6レースがピックアップされています。後半6レースに関しましては2022年から追加が始まったダウンロードコンテンツ48コースの中から6レースがピックアップされています。そして12コースそれぞれ本当に特徴がかなり変わっておりますので、選手は各コースの立ち回りや戦略と準備はしてきていると思うんですけれども、臨機応変に対応を変えれるのかといったところが勝負の鍵になるかなと思います。
昨日よりもレース数も増えていますので、より自身の実力をしっかりと発揮できるかもしれませんね。さあ、そしてワールドチャンピオンシップの優勝者にはこちらのシャーレとオリジナルレーシングジャケットが贈られます。これもかっこいいですね。
はい、昨日のこのメダルも鈍く光ってましたが、今回のこのシャーレ、やっぱり輝き方が違いますよね。
ずっしりとしてますね。
かなりかっこいいですね。
そしてこのレーシングジャケットというのもまさかマリオカートらしいと言いますか、
はい、
そういった商品になっています。はい、このシャーレレーシングジャケット、そして何より、初の世界王者という輝かしい称号がかかっています。選手の皆さんは優勝を目指して頑張ってください。
頑張ってください。
まもなくワールドチャンピオンシップ開幕です。
Well, good evening, North America, as we get set for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe World Championship 2024. Jordan Ken alongside Ashley Esqueda. We're trackside in Japan as we get set for a whole lot of competition taking place here in Ashley. Some of the fastest racers from across the globe. Your excitement level as we get set.
I haven't played Animal Crossing that long.
Just so much excitement. This is a version of Mario Kart that I am distinctly unfamiliar with. This is a whole other game to me. Like watching these players at the absolute highest level. It is amazing.
Damn.
And it makes me a better racer. It makes me so excited to see all of these incredible competitors duking it out on the tracks today for the title of world champion.
Let's go ahead and get set for our rules here in just a moment. We're going to get an opportunity to meet our racers as you see them taking the stage. 6 of the greatest racers from across the globe, as we've mentioned, that have all qualified. You've got representatives from North America, Australia, New Zealand, Korea, Hong Kong, Japan, and from Europe as well. And when you look at all these racers in the
Thomas,
you see Thomas from Europe. All of them have beaten the best of the best.
It's more epic than the Splatoon championships.
Of the items that we've all been so
Like,
familiar
he
with
got
Mario
Steam.
Kart 8 Deluxe should lead for a pretty entertaining circuit here today.
It is going to be a very exciting competition today. I predict that we are going to see maybe a few surprises. We've got some interesting variables today in the race that I think in the competition that I think will be very interesting to see, and it will be. I'm terribly interested in seeing how all this shakes out.
Well, it's really fascinating because you talk to someone like Kevo, the North American representative, that is a heavy favorite coming into this. And even he was concerned about the competition level because he has seen just how talented every single one of these racers are.
And
it's come down to not only the 10th of a
I don't
second,
know any
but
really.
hundredths of a second in some of these races as we take a look at Panda from Australia, New Zealand taking the stage. Currently holds 8 world records, Ashley.
8 world records in 150cc. One of them is one of the tracks that we're going to see today, which is pretty exciting. And Panda is an absolutely incredible racer, extremely precise, just non-stop brings it, and I can't wait to see him compete today.
Obviously a huge difference between time trials and a 150cc circuit with various competitors and the items that come in, but still, those racing principles, no matter who you are critical regardless of the items, and that's something that all of these racers have. They are so good in their fundamentals, the line that they're on, regardless of if it's a kart or it's a bike, inside drift, outside drift, they know how to maximize the machine that they're behind.
That's right, that's right. And now we're seeing Dive from South Korea.
Dive.
This is a player who I've seen a few races online. So impressive. As you mentioned, the fundamentals, incredible.
One other thing that you have to keep in mind here is just the players now being on this stage. It's a completely different environment. The pressure ramps up, and you're also dealing with things like a new controller in your hand and the grip, and do you break in that controller? A lot of factors that come into play that they're going to have to just ignore and try and lock in. And
Damn, I played this game since 2 years ago.
I didn't
God
realize
damn.
that a lot of players have to kind of break in their controllers to make them as comfortable as possible in the same way that, you know, I used to kind of hit a volleyball with sandpaper when I was in high school. It was like so interesting.
Damn,
It is fascinating,
Jim.
but a lot of the players here, once they get past that first race, we've talked to so many of them. Once you sort of take that first hit from an item or get through the first lap, the nerves start to calm down and autopilot starts to take on. Exactly. And they've put together thousands of hours on all of these courses, and it's going to be terrific to see the collection that we have. We'll show you the 12 here in just a moment, but what you really want to keep an eye on is just how consistent a lot of these racers can perform, because you can't really afford to have one or two bad races, because that score difference is going to be really hard to make up when you look at the talent that is behind the wheel.
Exactly right. And to your point about the precision racing, I mean, sometimes you will see these players race, exactly in the same spot every single lap, never misses. It's really impressive.
We have another one of our racers, Purple from Japan, that qualified just recently. And sometimes you look at how somebody can come in with momentum. A lot of these other qualifiers, Ashley, it has been months since they qualified for this competition, and now Purple comes right in, home turf. Let's see how they can do against these other fantastic racers from across the world.
Yeah, Kevo qualified, I want to say, back in September at Nintendo Live Seattle, which it's been a very long time. He's had a lot of preparation time here. Knew the World Championship was happening. Purple, on the other hand, coming right in, just jumping in there into the fray and ready to race. I mean, game face on.
All right, our 6 racers have taken their positions, and let's go ahead and check out the rules for today's championship. 150cc, normal items, all the vehicles. You've got your choice there. No
hard
team,
com.
of course. Computer, this is a factor. We're going to talk more about this. But
wait,
it's
why?
mode for the computer. 12 races. And when you look at these 12 races, the courses, they are going to cover everything that you've seen in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We have Royal Raceway, Ribbon Road, Dolphin Shoals, Wario Stadium, Neo Bowser City, and Excite Bike Arena for the first half dozen.
Okay, so the second half.
Coconut Mall, DK Mountain, Squeaky Clean Sprint, Bowser Castle 3, and we end it on Rainbow Road from Wii. In the event of a tie, of course, Sky Garden from the Special Cup will be the final race to determine the champion. But Ashley, the computer can be a part of this. So yes, there are 6 computer
Sky Garden?
racers.
Why that one?
Sure, there's a possibility. Dry Bowser drives away with this thing as a computer.
Dry Bowser CPU.
Highly doubtful, because our human players are very, very talented. But there's an element of RNG that will come into play, because most of these qualifying tournaments to get here feature 12 humans. Now you've got 6 computer racers in this competition, which is going to be very fascinating.
Yeah, that will be really interesting, because sometimes you have, I think we've all been there, right? You're playing and there might be a computer player, and then all of a sudden the CPU
they get
does
more
something.
Blue shells. I swear they get more blue shells than humans.
It does feel a little lopsided. But it also is, you know, you have that element of chaos where the CPU may decide to do something that a high-level pro player doesn't. And so there's definitely that element of surprise, chaos, variables that we just can't anticipate what's going to happen there. So it'll be very interesting to see how
I want to see the races.
need to respond to the CPU. I mean, they may just be miles ahead of them. We have no idea. But it will be very interesting to see if the CPU ends up being any kind of factor in the races today.
Now, there was a huge change in one of the latest updates to Mario Kart 8
yeah.
that rocked the world of the competitive racing scene, and we're going to go verbatim here for all the suits. It made it so that you can't acquire strong items when taking an item box by stopping or driving or taking an item box that is in the same location multiple times during a race. Ashley, break down the legalese for me there.
That is that's called bagging. And so
wow, they're reference bagging.
It's an interesting strategy. So this is a strategy where you would hang back in the hopes of obtaining more powerful items. In the most extreme version of this, there would be players who would choose to not go at the start of a race or even drive in reverse.
How dare they?
How dare they? In order to wait for all of the other competitors to get the item boxes and then go ahead and get those item boxes, the more powerful items.
Oh, we started.
Oh, we're starting.
And here we go. We are getting set for our very first race. 12 races in this circuit to determine a world champion. It begins on Royal Raceway, where Panda is the current world record holder on this track.
Panda, his drafting skills are absolutely amazing. You can see him right there. He's running a Yoshi. You will see most of these players today. Most of them are Yoshi. Half of them are playing Yoshi. We've got a Peachette. We've got a Princess Peach. We've got a Daisy. These are all medium weight racers. That's it's pretty much the top tier weight class that you're going to see.
Damn, the meta.
You're going to see any deviation there from any of the competitors.
So far, Purple's in first place in the bottom right of your screen. Peachette with that banana trailing, just trying to provide a little bit of defensive protection. A couple of other racers taking a hit. In 8th place is Dive on the top right, but Kevo all of a sudden takes the lead as we head into lap 2.
See, Kevo was really worried about competing here today. He was feeling a little intimidated, but he's doing just fine right now. He is right there in the mix.
Kevo sends a green shell backwards to create a little bit more distance, but hot on their heels is Jim with a mushroom, trying to blow by Kevo on the left-hand side. Jim going to be awfully careful, but a lightning bolt comes in, and you can imagine that probably came from the computer.
Oh, brutal. I mean, yes, those are the types of things that, these players just aren't going to be able to anticipate when a computer might use something like a lightning. So that's going to become an element that they're going to have to deal with.
Jim, who's in first place, slows down, recognizes a blue shell coming, a blue shell in hot pursuit. Sight is set on Panda. Panda takes the hit. Panda drops to third.
I can barely see
moves to first
anything.
in our final lap.
Wow, this is a very exciting race. These competitors are so close together. They're all working so hard to stay tight to the insides of the tracks. There's a boo. We've got a stolen item. Things are happening. Oh, man.
Keep an eye on how frequently they check the rear view mirror. That's something the DMV will certainly appreciate. Final lap going over the last big jump. It's Thomas in first. The blooper creating a little bit of ink, but in 5th place is Purple. Purple, though, loses the golden mushroom. All of a sudden, it's going to be a sprint for the end. It's Dive on the top right. Dive going for first place, and Dive gets the very first victory. In 2nd place is Thomas. Kevo, the heavy favorite, picks up 4th place
let me
and
just
9 points.
shut up. No, screw it.
Showing up at the back of the pack, right? So we're going to start seeing things like lightning, the boo. There's so many things that are going to be happening to these players who are out in the front of the pack that has absolutely nothing to do with the actual competitors themselves. So it's really interesting to see how they're going to be responding to those things and thinking about them as well. You have to really think about how you can recover from something like that that's unexpected.
And that's what you said. The boo popped out twice, especially towards the end. We saw someone with a golden mushroom trying to make their way all the way to the
See
front.
if I can project
That mushroom goes bye-bye, and they don't have any other opportunity
gameplay.
to use it. Our 6 humans finish 1 through 6, but Dive with 15 big points. Our representative from Korea, Thomas in 2nd, Purple in 3rd, but how about Kevo and Panda, 2 of the heavy favorites coming in, picking up 4th and 6th place. We have a lot of races left, but as we said, that margin for error will be very thin because you don't see anybody really falling below 6th place and getting into a situation where they're only picking
Can
up
I choose?
2,
Wait,
3, or 4
I
points
think
potentially.
I
Yeah,
can.
and I'm very surprised to see Panda come in 6th there. I mean,
He's the world record holder.
He's the world record
The
holder.
very fastest person. You pop that ghost on, and that is Panda that you were
It
racing
is
against at home. That is
literally-
beating you
It's
every
him.
single time.
Exactly. Oh, look at this is one of my favorite tracks. I love Ribbon Road so much. This is a really great one. Debuted on the Game Boy Advance. I like this is an old school track.
With a new school twist, and there's a huge shortcut at the end as you go over that last big jump. Anybody that has a mushroom or an item with a little bit of a boost will be able to save significant time if they cut that corner very tight. A couple of gates through there, but this is another one that it feels like it's going to be a mad sprint the final 10-15 seconds of this race.
Yeah, this is a good course for shaking things up. A lot of times we see this course kind of, it can be a surprise element. It can change things up in the course of a tournament. So it'll be really interesting to see, who ends up taking this one. I think you can see Kevo's. They're locked in. They're taking a second. They're getting ready to start the race, and that big shortcut at the end, I think, is going to it's gonna
Wait, I
educate
can
a lot of
do
Mario Kart players at home. I'm
that.
watching these players take these really big shortcuts and use items in such a way at the top level has just been so interesting and informative and educational for me, if I'm being honest. I now feel like a better
Do
Mario Kart
this.
racer just after watching them compete.
Well, anybody that gets a mushroom, the question is, do you hang on to it for that
There you go.
huge shortcut at the end, or do you try to cut a smaller corner earlier in the race? We'll find out. Jim in the lead, as we mentioned. That'll start here. Dive got the 15 points last race, and no changes to the cart or bike combination, as we said. They are locked into that for the entire circuit. Off we go, early going here. It's Thomas that sprints out to the lead. All of a sudden, Purple scoops it up once again.
Purple scoops it up. He's got a red shell. I mean, this is a really good position for Purple to be in. He's got that protection from the back, but also we can see Jim just took that forward, but also, oh no, just gets walloped with that red shell.
And Jim has to lose a couple of coins. Here's Purple taking the shortcut over the ramp off the stage. Takes a second jump here, and that's going to go ahead and hit the boost pad, and another big shortcut trying to cut that corner, able to protect themselves from that red shell. Doesn't have a boosting item, though, has to go around the gates. A couple of our racers, especially Dive on the top right, though. However, Lakito has to come in and save them.
This is, man, I love seeing, the boo. What is it going to be? It's a triple green shell. And did Kevo just he tossed him.
And Dive with one of the crazy eights picks up a whole assortment of items. And here comes a bullet bill in hand for Dive. We'll probably want to hang on to that in the holster. In third place, we focus in on Thomas. Thomas, triple mushroom, ready to go just in time for that final shortcut. But it's still Purple in the lead. Only a coin, though, no protection at the moment.
He's got a banana and a green shell, so he's got a little bit of a shield, but no boost. He's got no mushrooms. He's got nothing that's going to be able to take him through some of the shortcuts here. So it'll be interesting to see how he responds in this last lap.
Thomas hot on their heels. Panda in third. Dive in fourth. Everybody bunched up once again. All 6 of our competitors in the top 6. It'll be fascinating to see what happens down the stretch. Keep an eye on Thomas. Has that horn ready to use. Fireballs in hand for Panda. Panda in first at the moment.
Panda in first. Those fireballs are really potent. You're going to see him probably, throw him backwards, and he's taking those shortcuts as best he can. He's going to make sure that he is just getting those players as best he can if they're right behind him, but he's got a little bit of a lead here.
Nobody really with a boosting item except Jim in 6th, and then coming through, cutting the corner is Thomas. Thomas gets the victory. It's going to be Panda in 2nd. Kevo falling all the way to 6th, though. So back-to-back surprises for one of the heavy hitters coming into this competition. But Thomas, you see the sigh of relief as they are able to cross the finish line. And that was a situation, Ashley, where you're coming up on that final shortcut, and nobody really had the necessary items to take huge advantage of it.
If you're the only player that has a mushroom at the end of that last lap on Ribbon Road, it's gold. It's gold for you. Even if it's not a golden mushroom, it's still gold for you because you're going to be able to take that big shortcut at the end. It is such a big corner cut. You can really shave off a lot of your lap time there, and it obviously paid off.
We keep mentioning Kevo, the North American champion. Many people felt had a tremendous chance to win this championship. Just to show you how difficult this championship is going to be to attain, how tight the competition is, Kevo, 4th and 6th place finishes in the first 2 races. How does Kevo try to bounce back from this?
I mean, I think he has to just take a deep breath. You got to recenter yourself. He did seem a little anxious, a little nervous right before the competition. And you mentioned earlier, this is on a really big stage. And even though he's played on a big stage before, he hasn't played on a big stage for the World Championships. And so I think that is something that he is going to have to just, kind of get right with. He's going to have to center himself. He's got to get back in there, and he's got to relax a little bit and play the Mario Kart that we know he can play.
Thomas, a 2nd place followed by a 1st place victory, puts Thomas in the lead with 27 points, just a narrow 3-point lead over Dive. Our next course coming up here, Dolphin Shoals. Shout out, best soundtrack of any course in this entire game, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
But we get set for Dolphin Shoals, and this is another one where it's a bit of a drafting course where you don't necessarily want to be in first place the entire time.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. The strategy here generally is to kind of stay anywhere between 2nd and 5th, and then you want to kind of steal first or, by drafting. So you want to really kind of and you're going to see all of these players staying between first and sixth. So I think between second and fifth is going to be exactly where they're going to want to be. And you want to make sure that you're really collecting coins and keeping your top speed as best you can. There are, interestingly enough, 2 bullet bill extension areas in this map. So one of the interesting things in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is when you have a bullet bill, there are certain tracks that have what are called bullet bill extension areas, and that is to say when you use a bullet bill, it actually lasts a little bit longer when you use them through these sections of a course. And so this one has 2. So it'll be very interesting to see if anybody decides to maybe do just maybe like a nano bagging strategy, like a little one where you really get that bullet bill so that you can use it in those extension areas.
We shall see over the last couple of races. Purple has raced out to the early lead. Here we go. Dolphin Shoals as they propel past some porpoises as we get set for race 3 in this championship circuit. And already it's Purple again with the lead in the bottom right.
I mean, Purple just really jumping out there. You can see he's already well on his way to 10 coins, which is a huge deal in this track.
Yeah.
You want to get those coins as quickly as possible.
The
You want to
buzzer
make sure
beetle.
that you are maximizing. You can see right here, this is like a perfect example of you're maximizing your boost. You're doing all of the things you need to do to reach a top speed as quickly as possible.
Panda, the first one to hit the saxophone section, jumping over another jump here, turning on the beach side, back in the water in first place. Panda will take the lead heading into lap 2. Jim now in 8th, trying to farm a couple of items. Kevo in 3rd, and it's Purple in 2nd place.
That is a risky. I'm going to say that's a risky move by Jim to stay in 8th place. I think this is going to be a little bit of a. It might be a little bit of a tough climb for him, but it'll be curious to see if he can. Oh, he's got a bullet bill.
Blue shell coming out also. It's Panda in 1st. Panda going to have to eat the blue shell right at the tail end of the eel, right as they get set to get out of the water here. Then a lightning bolt right after that. Dive with the star, able to avoid the lightning bolt in the top right, and a bullet bill comes out. We're all of a sudden going to see a lot of movement here, Ashley.
There's a lot going on here at the end of lap 2. I can't believe it. I just watched Jim use that bullet bill in that extension area, and now he's got fireballs. Okay, now he's got a mushroom. He's got a lot going on.
Kevo in 1st place, coin in hand, has to get a defensive item. Gets that banana peel, a little bit of potassium for the protection as we get set midway through the 3rd lap. Elevates over the pipes, the bubbles, sending Kevo further down the track in 1st place. It's Jim, hot on his heels, though, with 3 red shells coming. One of them hits a banana peel, though. That might spare Kevo, but 4 mushrooms ready for Jim in 2nd place. Kevo does take a hit, has to hustle with just 1 coin. Gets past, though, on the other side. And now Kevo moves to 2nd, Jim in 1st.
Oh, it's going to be very interesting. Kevo's got a red shell. He's got a banana peel as well. It'll be. Oh no, is he going to get it?
Dive in 3rd with the star, takes out Kevo, and able to blow right by Kevo. No, at the tail end. Kevo stays in 2nd. You see the self-applause. Jim gets 1st place. And all of a sudden, that is going to bunch up the standings. That was a huge performance for Kevo. Nearly fell out of his hands. Took a hit while he only had a coin. Had to avoid a star after getting hit as well, too. And credit Jim for hanging in there and doing that drafting strategy to a perfect execution.
I mean, it was a really beautiful draft. I watch these players. They're just so great at the timing, knowing exactly when they need to execute, how they need to. It's really impressive to watch. And honestly, watching Dolphin Shoals is really fun because it can be so chaotic because of that strategy of kind of staying back a little bit, hoping to get those, bagging just a little bit, hoping to get those really good items for the bullet bill extension, things like that, and then also, having that ability to watch players all draft around each other is just great.
There was a lot going on there towards the end of the 2nd lap. I believe it was Kevo that had the bullet bill when the lightning bolt hit, and Kevo just launched right past everybody. And now Kevo finds themselves tied for 4th, but look how close we are. Thomas and Dive in 1st place, just 6 points separate 1st from 4th. That was only our 3rd race, Ashley. We have 9 more to go at this point. And up next, we have Wario Stadium from Nintendo DS. Many people call this the best running track.
This is, a running track is the one where you have to get out front very quickly and you stay there. The running tracks, you want to be in 1st, you want to stay in 1st. So the top 3 starters are going to have an advantage here. So Thomas, Dive, and Jim are going to have a little bit of an advantage as the 3 who are going to start out farther forward at the beginning of the race. And whoever's out front can pick up 5 or 6 coins in the first 15 seconds, which is pretty significant for Wario Stadium.
And the final gravity section where you see the bit of the ramp at the tail end, that can be a dicey moment because the rails are off and there's a lot of chaos that can ensue. That's where a lot of people are going to look to use those bursts. You've got a couple of options as well, too, to save yourself some time during this course throughout. So this is kind of coming down to racing purity and just making sure you can get out to the lead. And what we've seen over the last 3 races, Purple has been one of the first racers to get that early lead.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see who jumps out in first quickly here, and I am very curious how the CPU players may actually contribute to the chaotic nature of a runner track, which a running track can be very straightforward, but when you add in that chaotic element of the CPU players, I think that it might shake things up a little bit.
I'll put it this way. The way the humans are beating down the computer, I am not worried about AI anytime soon. Here we go, our 4th race. It is Wario Stadium, Nintendo.
An AI joke, oh my god.
Hang on and grab those coins. Keep that in mind. Those are so vital. The currency is limited on this course.
Money.
And you see just how aggressive everybody is coming out. It's Jim with the early lead, but then loses that as Kevo cuts them across the corner and takes the excellent line.
Yes, Kevo, and you can see also Kevo is closest to 10 coins. Kevo's got 8. He's almost at 10. Now he's got his 10. So you can see these really great racing here by Kevo, and hopefully he can maintain that lead. But you know what? Anything can happen in Wario Stadium.
Kevo with a coin and a horn, so a little bit of protection at that moment. Blue shell not anywhere near at this moment. Purple in second does have the boomerang as we get set for the second lap, but Kevo looks very comfortable with 10 coins well out in front.
He does look very comfortable. You can see this is an interesting strategy, holding on to that coin, not using it right away. He already had 10 coins, he didn't need to, so when the boo came, it stole the coin and not his horn, which was the second item he had.
That reminds me of the IRS. Here we go, cutting the next corner. You see the little baby hop
Jesus
over the corner,
Christ.
and Kevo running in perfect line so far in this
IRS?
race, just catching the tip of these boost pads, and now heading into the 3rd lap, just has to navigate this corner. Things are looking really well, but a blue shell is coming. Kevo, though, can he time this up well? Keep an eye on the top left. Yes, he does. Kevo displaces the blue shell and now is cruising to the lead.
He had a little tiny bit of a blip there. He ran into the wall just for a second. He was trying to get that green shell going to create a shield for the red shell that was incoming, but he did it. He's now in second, though. He's now in third.
Whoa.
Purple takes the lead. Red shell, though, doesn't knock out Kevo. In second is Dive. Dive is one of our leaders.
Come on, come on, come
Dive
on.
and Purple duking it out for first place. Purple just trying to get over one last turn. No real threats, but no protection for Purple in the bottom right. Purple's just got a little bit longer to go. Gets the banana. Purple still in first. Jim in second. Dive in third on your top right. Is Purple going to claim the win? Yes, Purple does. Crosses the finish line first. It's going to be Jim in second. Dive gets passed at the end by Kevo. Kevo, a late hit, and he is thrilled about that as he sends one of the leaders down to 4th place. And so that 3rd lap, it was pretty much chalk the first 2 laps here, Ashley. That 3rd lap saw all sorts of chaos.
Yeah, again, like those lightnings from the CPU. I was like, that's just like, because when you know who you're racing against, and a lot of these players race against each other a lot online, and so you kind of get a feel for when they're going to use those things, how they might use those things, not with the CPU.
Oh, crap.
You have no idea when it's coming. You have no idea when they have it. So it's a very interesting, time for all of these racers to be dealing with CPU players.
4 races down. How about Purple, though, coming from behind on the 3rd lap to get the victory? And that's going to shake up the standings here just a little bit. Coming into that race, it was just 6 points separating first from last. And we saw 3 racers tied at 4, 2 tied in first, and 1 racer with 31 points in the middle. So we'll see what the standings are after this. But what you're learning here is that everybody, Ashley, is very, very good at Mario Kart.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so great, and it really is anyone's tournament to win today. They are all so incredible.
Look
at
this.
Score, 3-way tie.
Wow. Dive, Jim, Purple, all at 43. Thomas 1 point behind. Kevo and Panda in 5th and 6th. And I think if you talk to a lot of people coming into this,
Oh, damn.
But
Kevo.
it's only been 4 races.
The Peach. I'm voting for Peach.
Our Mario Kart 8 Deluxe World Championship 2024.
Why not pick up?
And now we have up next
We got Neo Bowser City.
Neo Bowser City, and this is one where you have just got to be taking the lead at the beginning, but a lot of tight turns in this track as well too.
There's that hairpin turn where you've got to basically you're doing a 180. It's raining on this track, so it's a little bit slipperier. But this is a classic runner track. If you're out in first,
slip and slide.
First, as long as you get those items, and that's the important thing. We saw Kevo get that horn, and he was able to keep that blue shell away, even though he didn't come in first. That was really integral for him to come in third. I mean, it was to be able to stay up in the top 3, really important. So even if you're not coming in first, you've still, because this is a 12 race tournament, you've really got to make sure that you're coming in 1, 2, or 3.
What's crazy is if Kevo doesn't hit Dive there, Dive is in first place all by themselves at this point by 1 point. So it comes down to that type of margin as we get set for Neo Bowser City, our 5th race. As we said, a classic runner course. There is a bit of a shortcut at the end, though. So you want to save those mushrooms or that star if you get that opportunity. You can save yourself a little bit of time. But other than that, who's going to take the best line? Who's going to execute those turns as fast as they possibly can? We'll find out as we get set for our 5th race. As we mentioned, a 3-way tie for first place so far as we are looking for a world champion. And off they go. And it's been Purple lately that's been taking early leads. It's Purple once again that does sprint out to that number 1 pole position.
Come on, Jim.
I am so impressed with how quickly Purple is able to just get out front. And, this might be a case where he stays there. This is a runner track. This is the type of thing that you want to see. If you're Purple, you're feeling pretty good right now, even though it's the beginning of the race.
Keep an eye on Jim. Double mushroom can save that for the shortcut at the end. Thomas decides to use it on just a normal curve, so that's a fascinating choice. Probably trying to farm some better items and move their way up.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit of a. I'd like to maybe get that farm. You can see
don't let the
mushroom. He's going to be able to use that shortcut toward the end of the lap. And now, Purple still, again, he's still out front. He's got a banana. He's got a little bit of a shield. Use the peel.
Purple with a sizable lead and has a banana for protection. So Purple
Purple,
showing everybody how it's done.
This
is basically a time trial for Purple at this point.
I mean, it must feel like that for him. He's not really getting any kind of competition for anybody right now. What a pull. He's got a red shell. He's got 3 mushrooms. The triple mushroom is just so nice to have.
Purple getting set for the 3rd lap. Well in first and has a horn. You couldn't ask for a better situation as you're the front runner.
I mean, is it Christmas for Purple? I don't know, but that's the thing I would have asked for. Santa Neo Bowser has come today.
Dive in 2nd place on the top right of your screen. Purple has to use that horn. Purple still in the lead. A sizable lead, still
come on, Jim.
Come on, Jim. The rest of the competition coming towards the end here. Lightning bolt comes. It's going to erase all the items for everybody. That works out for Purple's advantage. Now they just have to navigate this course for a few seconds longer. Kevo in 2nd, moves their way up. Red shell coming on the curve. Kevo able to defend it, but it's Purple. The Prince, the Purple Rain at Neo Bowser City picks up the win and moves into 1st place overall.
I really love that reference. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for that. That was
welcome.
so clever. I really enjoyed that. Purple Rain today in Neo Bowser City.
What
a great race by Purple. Just a solid race. No mistakes, no errors. Just again, classic runner, got out front, stayed out front.
And look at Purple, just stoic, striking fear into the hearts of their competitors as they led start to finish, wasn't threatened at any point. That was arguably the most dominant performance we've seen over the last 5 races. And this is something that Kevo said. He was watching Purple during the qualifiers and said, okay,
I'm impressed.
These racers have me impressed, and I am worried. And now you're seeing as Purple takes 1st place after that performance.
What a race. What a race. I can't wait for this next one, though, because this is not only do we have variables with the CPU, we also have track variables.
We do have some track variables. That would be Excite Bike Arena. And as you know, you never know what you're going to get. For those of us that remember Excite Bike back in the day is, wow, look at
how
this
far
Purple,
did Jim go? No, we know. So Jim went down.
Everybody. Now it's Dive in 2nd. Kevo moves up to 3rd. A 3-way tie with Thomas and Jim. And Panda now 13 points behind Purple, and this is starting to get a little bit of fascinating because we have some separation finally as Purple with the largest lead of this championship that anybody in first place has had so far.
Yeah, we're starting to finally see that. Like, we're starting to see it shake out a little bit. We're starting to see how things are settling. We're almost halfway through the tournament. Again, we're going into Excite Bike Arena, which I like to say Excite Bike's about. You may not know this if you've only played Mario Kart a little casually for those at home, but this is the one course in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that changes.
And deep cut, you never know which letter
Ah,
ramp you're
deep
going to
cut.
get. I'm a big fan of the big R's that
I love
pop
the R.
up. The R, the
It's
huge
up,
triple
yes.
ramp. Sometimes you get
Yes.
a couple of small little H's and I's thrown in there, but this is great. Obviously, shortcuts on both of the turns
Oh
in this
my
track
God.
where you can cut through the grass if you need to. There's a little bit of mud, but this is one that is just going to have items flying left and right. Many people say it's an option to reset everything.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shake-up course. It can also be a bagger track. It can be pretty potent for a really good bagger, so it'll be interesting to see who stays back a little bit, who hangs back a little bit to kind of gather up some powerful items. Again, like you mentioned, there's the shortcut at the end. I think it's really interesting that there's over 200 possible layouts that are randomly generated when you load into Excite Bike Arena.
Well, it's funny because you go from Neo Bowser City, which has more turns than your uncle giving you directions, versus, here we go, Excite Bike, 2 turns. It's simple.
Yep.
Just go right and go fast. Here we go, the 6th race. It's Purple with the 6-point lead over everybody else. Purple has been launching themselves into first place
Wait,
race
let me do
after
this.
race,
Jim
and it's
missed
no
the
different this
item
time.
boxes. Jim missed the item
Oh,
boxes.
that is
That's
huge.
No.
It's really tough there right at the front. You've got to make sure that you're getting an item box there right up front. Otherwise, you have to wait a long time.
And Dive had to go backwards to get the mushrooms on the top right. Thomas, though, on your left in the middle, in first place, cruising with that
Okay,
banana
let's
behind them. But
see.
as you expect, there's going to be a lot of shuffling on this course.
A lot of shuffling. You can see Panda's got a red shell, just staying
throw.
right behind Thomas. I'm curious to watch this draft. Let's see if he can overtake him. He does. Purple's right in front of him, though. Purple's right there.
Purple zooms by with the banana in trail. No protection at the moment. Has just a coin, does Purple in first place. You've got Kevo with a red shell in 4th. And then in second, just a coin is Panda. So not a lot of defensive options for our top 2 racers so far in lap 2. However, nobody able to take advantage of it as Dive is just trying to get back into the top 6.
Dive's got a piranha plant, so I think that might come in a little bit handy, but also the piranha plant can be a little unwieldy. It can be a little difficult, but he's now, he's working on it. He's in 5th now. He's coming up.
It's Purple in the lead. 2
Purple
bananas.
way.
Blooper not going to bother them at all. It's the final lap as Purple continues to just make their way down the first straightaway. In second place, Panda with a green shell. Keep an eye on Jim as a red shell and a mushroom. Middle of your screen on the right-hand side. Takes a hit, though, as Kevo blows by them. But then the lightning bolt comes and stucks Dive and Jim in the grass. That's going to slow them down.
That's slowing everybody down. I can't believe it. You've got Purple in 3rd place, Panda in 1st.
Panda in 1st. Kevo gets past. Kevo jockeying for positioning. It's 1st. It's 2nd. It's Kevo. Entering the final turn, Kevo in 1st, takes a hit, but zooming through the corner is Purple. Purple with the mushroom. Purple with another victory.
I cannot.
I was confused. Oh my God.
Last-minute victory. That was exactly how you have to play that last shortcut. What a perfect. Those item boxes are really falling in Purple's favor today.
How about Purple was in 3rd place on the 2nd straightaway, the final one, but just cuts the corner and dashes the hopes of victory for anybody.
Literally.
And now builds upon this lead and will take, at minimum, Ashley, a 9-point lead heading into our 7th race.
That is a sizable lead. But not an insurmountable lead. We're halfway through. So there's always a chance for fortunes to change.
That was huge, though, because
That
you
was
look at
huge.
what it means for the standings here. If Purple had remained in 3rd place and, say, Kevo got 1st in that situation, all of a sudden Purple comes right back down to the pack. But Purple able to just find that mushroom, cut the corner perfectly. There were no options for the shortcut for places 1 and 2. And you see why getting the right item at the right time can make all the difference.
Critical, very clutch, and really speaks to the sort of beauty of the randomness of Mario Kart. Anybody, even if you're in 3rd place all the way up until the very last seconds of a race, you can still pull out that win if you get the right item, and you have that muscle memory, you have that idea of, like, I know exactly how to race this track if I get this item, this item, this item. Like, there's contingency plans.
Purple, an 11-point lead
What?
over Dive.
This
Kevo
went
in 3rd
down,
place with
Kevin.
59,
Purple. Oh my
Thomas
God,
58.
purple.
How about Panda moving back up closer to the pack now? Panda and Jim tied for 5th with 57 points, but now it's starting to become the Purple Invitational. Who can catch Purple, because they are just coloring the field with victories left and right at this point.
Yeah, this is it's going to be very interesting to see how the last 6 courses play out.
Here they are: Bangkok Rush, Coconut Mall, DK Mountain, Squeaky, Clean Sprint, Bowser Castle 3, and Rainbow Road. We've seen it. There's been separation in the first 6 races, but to think that Purple might give up 11 points to anybody else behind them at this moment seems pretty hard to believe. We'll start to get a better idea of that, but if Purple gets 2, maybe even 1 more victory, this is going to be
tough.
Very difficult for anybody to catch them. They might put this away here pretty soon.
Yeah, it might be very, very difficult.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, to your point, if it's, courses 7, 8, 9, where he's pulling out a first-place victory, it's going to be really tough for anybody to keep up with him at that point.
Purple, cool, calm, collected. You see these racers have really settled into a groove at this moment, but it's been difficult. And for some of them, think about this, they're used to being in first. They haven't really felt the pressure of having to make up some ground as we head for our 7th race, Bangkok Rush.
Bangkok Rush is an interesting one. This is another runner track. This is one where you want to get out in first. You want to stay in first. There's a very interesting computer variable that could happen here, which is to say if lightning happens after the item boxes in the last section, that can be really rough for these competitors. That's going to be really tough for them.
It's a long stretch without any help whatsoever, so we'll see if the RNG Lords play to the favor of our human competitors at this moment. But as we get set for the 7th race, once again, Purple, the representative from Japan, an 11-point lead over the field. Dive in 2nd, Kevo in 3rd. Still a lot of racing with half a dozen races left, but so far it's been Purple that's established themselves as the dominant racer so far.
Very dominant. You almost wonder if because qualifying was so recent, maybe it's just you're in that mode. You just came in just ready to
momentum.
You're already
it's
in
a
that
real
momentum thing. Yeah,
it's
you've already got that
thing.
momentum. That's it. That could be a factor.
Sonic momentum.
And it really seems to come down to the final turn in a lot of these races as far as do you have the right item at the right moment. We'll see what the situation is. It's Purple on your bottom right. That has been our leader through the first 6 races. Here we go, the second half of our championship set to take place now. And it's Purple, as always, out in first.
Out in first, right away. I mean, Panda right there, 2nd, 3rd, but dropping down to 4th. I'm surprised by that. Thomas jockeying for position there, 1st and 2nd with Purple. I am really surprised that I'm not seeing maybe Kevo. Well, Kevo's now in 2nd, so I was gonna say I'm not really surprised not to see Kevo in 2nd place.
Kevo in 2nd with a mushroom. Purple has a banana for defense. All of a sudden, Purple does get past, takes the lead right back from Kevo, though, as the 2 wrestle for first place. We get set for our 2nd lap. Purple has to take a boomerang and has just a coin. It's going to be a little bit of time until Purple can get to an item box. It's Kevo now in the lead with that red shell in tow.
Gotta love that red shell in tow. He throws it behind him. He's getting ready to pick up another set of item boxes here. You can see him take that ramp, and he's going for it. He's got a bomb.
Panda in 2nd. Parasailing down with the mushroom, cuts through the grass. How about the execution?
Beautiful.
Uses the fungi on the grass to propel themselves forward. But it's Kevo as we get set for the 3rd and final section in the lead. Has a banana. Kevo's got to try and hang on, looking for their first victory so far of the day.
Kevo's got a lot ahead of him. It's the 3rd lap, but there is still a lot that can happen.
Purple, though. 2 banana peels and a red shell ready to go. Can Kevo find some type of protection? No, the lightning bolt towards the end. It gets Kevo. Has to take a red shell. Kevo, though, still barely in the lead, just trying to land. Kevo's got to go a little bit further, trying to scale those stairs. Victory in their sights for Kevo. Purple, no item whatsoever in 2nd place. Goes under the bridge. Purple in 2nd, now switching 3rd. It's Purple and Thomas for 2nd and 3rd as Kevo is going to go past the finish line, take 1st place, and then 2nd place is Thomas.
That's
so
a
now
fall
the
off.
pack, Ashley, moves a little bit closer to Purple.
What a shift. This is an interesting turn of events. I can't believe that we just saw this happen. I'm so interested in the score here. It is going to be a shakeup. This was a shakeup track. This was a good one for shaking things up.
That is a game face from Kevo. You never know what happens when a shark smells blood, and all of a sudden Kevo got that first taste of victory, and you feel like Kevo might find another gear here because all of a sudden the pressure kind of shifts to purple here. You were leading by 11. All of a sudden, Kevo nearly chopped that lead in half in just one race. We still have 5 more left here, Ashley.
That is accurate. And also, like we said earlier, momentum is real. This could be a real turn, no pun intended. You know what? It was pun intended. This could be a real turning point for Kevo and also Thomas, like who was also able to kind of get in there, get into the mix, and do something. So I can't believe that Kevo cut that lead a little bit the way he did.
Well, it's huge because Thomas passing Purple, that was a 2-point difference. That was everything. If Purple had remained in second place, Kevo is still trailing by 11 points with 5 races left. Now it's only 9, and you can start chipping away. If Kevo can win 3 races here of the remaining 5, which is a tall task, at worst, you will be tied with Purple going into the final 2 races. So can Kevo find their stride as we head to Coconut Mall, which is always a fan favorite?
You know, somebody could just pick me up something while they're at the Coconut Mall. Maybe some like cute Shy Guy clothes, some merch. I need some Shy Guy merch.
And this is one of those bagging courses, and you like to talk about the bullet bill sections that exist here.
Yeah, there are bullet bill extension areas on this track. There are also cars in this track that can be very painful if you aren't careful at the end.
Shy Guys are terrible drivers. Let's be honest.
They are not.
You know what? This is slander.
I think you can see through the mask, to be honest. So
this is slander.
To remove visibility, it does seem dangerous.
Either way, it feels like Kevo did an excellent job in that last race of drafting for the majority of the first 2 sections and then finally taking the lead. We'll see if that's a situation here. There's a lot of different routes that you can go here in Coconut Mall. We've seen these racers take different lines based upon whether they're in first or whether they're in the back, because those items become so important. And especially for Purple, there were a couple of dry spells in Bangkok Rush where they went without an item for a while.
A really long while. And especially that lightning came into play a little bit after an item box bay, and so now you have to deal with not having anything.
Here's our 8th race. Kevo won the last one. Purple still our overall leader. Purple now in 5th, not getting out to that typical early start. It's Kevo in your top left that sprints to the lead.
Yeah, Kevo and Jim are out in 1st and 2nd. This is going to be a tough fight. This is a reset course. This is a course where things can be shaken up.
Jim still in 1st now, only has a coin, so doesn't have any options if something comes their way. Trying to scoop up the double item box. They do as we head to the outdoor section, getting set to conclude the first lap. You see the cars with the hydraulics right there as we get set for lap number 2. It's Jim in 1st, Kevo in 2nd, Purple in 3rd.
Come on, Jim.
And now
Jim and Purple.
Nobody with any tremendously powerful items either.
Nobody's got anything majorly powerful. We're not really seeing. We might be seeing
dive.
Maybe do a little bit of bagging, hoping he's got a golden mushroom, so that's going to come in handy. You're going to see that used with the gliders at the end of the lap.
Kevo in 2nd, trying to see if 1st place has anything to protect themselves. Jim currently has a green shell. Jim with a sizable lead, but the Boo comes by and takes the item, and a red shell is available for Kevo. Kevo not going to use it right now, has to protect themselves, and then Jim took a shot there down the stretch, and now Jim is in 2nd. Kevo's in 1st. Here comes Dive coming fresh off that star as we get set for the 3rd and final lap.
Oh man, this is very exciting. Everybody is just right there with each other. This is very tight.
Purple had the star as the lightning bolt came, and Purple launching towards the front. But in 1st place, it's Kevo still trying to hang on. No items whatsoever. Purple has a green shell. Can the aim be true? Kevo drops back. Purple in the lead with the green shell. Blooper comes. Huge bullet bill coming. No threats here. It's going to be up to Kevo with the mushroom. Can they do anything? Can Purple hang on? This would be a huge victory. Purple down the stretch. Unbelievable finish as Purple comes from behind, and Kevo has to settle for 3rd as Thomas sneaks in and takes 2nd place. What a development. That was monstrous for Purple.
Wow, that was such a finish for Purple. Such a finish. I mean, wow, what racing.
it was bizarre. You saw Kevo slow down right towards the stretch there as they cut to the right to go underneath the stairs before the outdoor section.
All right.
We don't know if Kevo got hit or if that was intentional to try and pick up an item, but Kevo wasn't first.
I don't believe there was a blue shell out either, so that was what I
was
thought.
really
when I saw
interesting.
him slow down, I thought maybe there was a blue shell out, but maybe I was wrong.
And especially what was at stake, because if Kevo gets that win, that's 3 more points. That was a 6-point swing, and now Kevo getting 3rd place only picks up 10. All of a sudden, that difference becomes 16 points between Purple and Kevo. That was huge over the final 10 seconds.
That was a very huge shift in the last 10 seconds of that race, and really just, I'm so surprised. You know, a full stop in Mario Kart is a really big decision to make. It is a big decision. If you are going to slow down to the point of almost stopping, you have to really be sure about what you're doing, and it just didn't pay off for Kevo. Whatever that strategy was right there, whatever was going through his mind right there, like it didn't work out.
Damn, why you fell
One
off?
thing that's interesting, Ashley, because of the 6 computer racers, they are far inferior to the humans. That's what we're learning. In a typical 12 human race, that's
You heard that, AI?
You don't have to
You're
bat
nothing.
as far if you want to get those elite items, that 10th, 11th, 12th place. We're not seeing the bottom of the pack getting that because they can't afford to fall back as far as the computer is. So we aren't really seeing some crazy items coming out at the end amongst the humans.
Yeah, we're not seeing. You'll notice we've only seen 1 crazy 8 this entire tournament, and that's why.
We haven't seen 1 human use a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
None of our 6 competitors have used a lightning bolt yet, which is bizarre. We typically see that. But as we take a look at our next course here, DK Mountain from GameCube. There's a lot that can happen at the end here, and a lot of situations where you got to be careful.
This is one of the newer. This is a Wave 6 booster course pass course. This is a newer.
This was Thursday night in college for me here.
Even
it was DK Mountain. Let's go.
Nintendo GameCube. We all, us old people, we all know that we are all familiar with DK Mountain. We've climbed to the summit of DK Mountain. But this is also a reset course. So again, anything can happen. There's a very critical shortcut at the end in this track. So a lot of the competitors, you might even see them take it without a mushroom, using a super mini turbo and another super mini turbo. So it is very critical. Like, they have to take that shortcut.
Our first of the 4 remaining races. Purple has an opportunity to separate themselves. If they get a victory here, there are not too many chances left for the rest of the field. As Purple in second, racing out. The first one through the barrel is Panda on the bottom left with the banana. 3 other competitors with a mushroom. Purple, no item whatsoever, sitting there in second.
That is, again, I mean, you're going to see the super mini turbos happening. He also misses that double item box. That is so crucial. That's gonna be tough for him right there.
Panda in first, Purple all the way in 6th. Still plenty of time
It's
left.
strange
Bizarre to see them. Now they fall back to 7th place. It's Panda in first. Still getting set for this last turn. Let's see if they can make this shortcut while they are in the small racer mode, because the lightning bolt, they do. And that just goes to show you the expert skill of these racers.
I mean, I'll never be this good. I'll never be this good. But you know what? I love it. I love watching it. There's the blue shell.
Blue shell coming in. Panda has no options other than to get to that barrel as fast as possible. Not fast enough as Kevo races by. Here's Thomas in second with the Piranha Pant, leading the way, and Purple not too far behind with double mushrooms.
I mean, Purple bagged a little bit. He
fell
a little back down into 7th, and now he's in 3rd. So there is a strategy there. He once again misses the item boxes there. It is really surprising to me that we're seeing him miss those item boxes. But, you know, sometimes that's how Mario Kart shakes out.
Another lightning bolt. The computer just throwing these things out like they're candy. That'll neutralize the field. Kevo in first, Thomas in second.
Come on,
third. Does pick up that mushroom and 3 green shells, though. But no items whatsoever for Kevo in first place. And you look at the rest of the field, no red shells at this moment, so Kevo can breathe a sigh of relief.
Kevo's got a little bit of breathing room here. It is interesting that we're seeing the computer light up that lightning before the last set of item boxes, because if it was after, it would be absolute ruin for all of them.
Didn't realize 4 was in this thing. So here we go, second place. That lightning bolt, that's an excellent time to eat that. Kevo in first, though, trying to stay in front of the pack. You've got Purple in third, Jim in second. Everyone's bunched up together, a slight lead for Kevo. It's going to come down to items at this point here, Ashley.
It's going to come down to items. It'll be really interesting to see if there's one more lightning, either right before or right after that last item box set.
Come
Kevo
on.
frantically checking the rear view mirror. Oh, Purple almost got him on the side. And then Purple eats a red shell, gets past, is now in fourth, wrestles for third. Red shell coming. Purple leaping across the gap. Kevo well in first. Kevo closes it out with the win. Jim gets second. Purple, oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Purple's in sixth. Purple takes a lightning bolt. Purple trying to move to fifth. That's going to change everything as Kevo gets 15 big first place points and now trails Purple by just 7. That's exactly everything Kevo could have asked for.
I mean, what a great race by Kevo. What a great race by Kevo.
Oh my
Played it exactly right.
gosh.
Did everything he needed to do. And then you saw there was that strategy by Purple to fall back a little bit, try to back. It is a risk versus reward situation. And again, it just didn't pay off.
Purple had to use all their resources to try and launch an offensive assault against Kevo. Missed everything, like Shaq at the free throw line, and then all of a sudden eats the red shell, had no more resources to protect themselves, and that's what had them fall all the way back. Then that lightning bolt at the end, that was unbelievable. And now you see just a 7-point difference between Purple and Kevo. Those two have really distanced themselves from the rest of the field, but now we have our final 3 courses coming up, and here we have Squeaky Clean Sprint on deck.
I mean, we've got 7 points.
Squeaky clean sprint.
That's anything.
Kevo's-
That's one race.
That's one race.
It's one race.
And it depends on who finishes where. I love Squeaky Clean Sprint. This is one of my favorite tracks. And this is also a reset course, but there's a lot of interesting things that happen in lap 2 and 3. A water geyser route opens up, and you're able to take a little bit of a detour.
You said you never played this
There's
game.
also a drain area that gets very messy, just like real life drains.
Yes.
Gets really messy.
I think someone lost a ring down there.
Yeah, I think somebody had lost
Someone's
a ring
in
down
trouble.
there. It's I think it's
Oh, this minigame. Oh my god.
for Peach.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah,
got thrown into the sink. It can get messy down there because of item spam. So there's nowhere to hide, and so it's tight.
There's a variable as well too. You mentioned the geyser that comes out of the toilet.
Oh, no.
That's exactly
No.
what it is. As you get set.
I
for
promise
laps
that was
2
good.
and 3, and that
It's
gives-
a bidet, right?
Yeah,
We're
let's call it a
we're in
bidet. We're in
Japan.
that. Yes.
We're in Japan, so it's
Absolutely.
a bidet.
Cultured here.
Yeah.
And so with the 7-point difference, you've got
Ball.
3 races
Ball.
left. Obviously, any victory for Purple is huge, and it feels like the pressure's on Purple because it's Purple versus the field, and if Purple falls back,
Oh my god,
Kevo,
this
you
lag
have
is
one
killing
race to
me.
race. Doesn't matter if you
Right.
get first, but you
You've gotta
obviously
beat Purple.
trying to get that premium of 3.
Good thing I got that
red
fruit
shell
coin.
at minimum. If you get first place, there is opportunity there for Kevo. Can Purple close the door, though? Here we go. Our first of our final 3 races, Squeaky Clean Sprint, who will come out in first.
I love that shower curtain.
I'm sure we could get you one, Ashley.
Is it at the Nintendo store?
We'll find out here soon. But in first place, it's Kevo. Out to the front here. Takes the coin. No protection at this moment. Purple with 3 banana peels. Doesn't give them too many forward-facing offensive options. And
I'm on
all
Purple.
the racers head down
I'm on
towards
Purple.
the drain. And now a couple of opportunities to cut some corners near the ring. They go
I'm
the
on
left side
Purple.
of the
Let's
ring.
go.
And this just goes to
Come
show you
on.
their skill. It's
Come on.
unbelievable as Kevo
Come
comes out
on.
unscathed.
Kevo, you can see Kevo has not,
Come
he's
on.
not tilted. He's never centered. He's always tilting. He's always drifting. He's always doing things to up his top speed. He's got a bomb.
And that'll be fascinating what Kevo decides to do with that bomb. Do they leave it behind to have everybody try and eat that? We'll see, but in third place is Thomas. The competition's starting to get really bunched
Come
up.
on.
Kevo still in first place.
Purple,
with
what
that
are you
bomb.
doing?
You've got Purple in 6th place at the moment, but how about Jim with the blue shell? Oh, trying to crash the party here in a moment as a bullet bill comes screaming in.
Purple.
Now it's Kevo all the way down to 4th place.
Got his horn.
Wise decision. Saw that blue shell coming. Now cuts the corner. Has the
No.
horn. Panda has to take the blue shell. Panda will get past. Now it's Panda that's
Where is
still
it? Where
in
is
first
it?
place, hanging on to it.
Where
Thomas
is-
in second. But it's Kevo and Purple jockeying for 4th and 5th place.
I mean, this is going to be a really tight race. You can see Kevo is making sure to use things right before he's hitting those item boxes if he's not going to need them.
Jim used the star momentarily. Panda in first.
Oh my
Kevo
god, Purple.
in 5th. Purple in 4th. Thomas hanging on there in 2nd place. Lightning
Oh.
bolt comes, though. Kevo able to be the first one to get the items right after that. Kevo hits one of the members of the opposition. Thomas in first still.
Here comes
It's
the drain.
Panda switching places. We come down to the drain here, Ashley.
It's going to be tight. There's the only person with anything is Purple, and also Kevo's got a shell, a green shell.
Purple in second with that horn and that mushroom. Purple trying to chase down Panda. This would be a monstrous opportunity for Purple. Cuts through the suds. Kevo in third. Kevo with a red shell. Purple all the way down to fifth. Purple took a hit and fell off the toilet seat. And now it's a golden opportunity. Kevo takes one. Kevo just trying to fight for points. Kevo in second. No, another red shell. Kevo gets past. Kevo picks up third. Panda gets first. Purple in fifth. That, however, is going to move Kevo closer to first place. Absolute pandemonium in the bathroom.
Literally pandemonium.
Woo! I see what you did there.
I mean,
Panda
well,
with
you
the
set me up. You teed it up so well. I couldn't help myself. What a finish. That was top tier Mario Kart racing. That was unbelievable.
Oh man, I lost the Mario Kart. Oh my
God. As good as mine as far as the standings after that, but Purple
I think we're within 5 points.
Took a critical hit mid-air, had to be respawned. That allowed Kevo and 4 other racers to go right by them. If that's how it was held, though,
oh my
that's
God, Purple! I can see the replay.
Kevo was able to make up, and obviously Kevo would have loved to have gotten second to create more of a difference, and now that margin getting narrower and narrower at the top with just 2 races left. There it is. 5 points separating themselves. Arguably, 2 first-place finishes for Kevo could clinch it. Purple, you get the sense that Purple can win 1 race. That might be enough to do it because we haven't seen anybody finish lower than 6th in any of our races because of the 6 computer racers.
Oh man, this is gonna be a high stress race.
Because what do we have next?
We've got Bowser Castle 3. This is one of the coolest tracks in my opinion. I love it so much. I've loved it since the original. This is an OG Mario Kart track. Look. This is a Bowser Castle 3. It was in this Mario Kart 1992.
Wow, you got a Japanese copy.
I found this at a secondhand shop. This is the original Super Famicom version.
Where you found that?
And I was so excited to be able to find that here. And yeah, it favors no one.
No,
this track
this
favors
is a
no
tough
one.
race. You talk to anybody, they say this is one of the hardest
I was
races
asking what it was.
to mechanically run just because of how narrow some of the passages are. You see those very skinny ramps at the end. Who can stand the top of that with everything going on? Because Ashley, you watch the races, these racers are bumping into walls because of all the mayhem. It's hard to hold a perfect time trial line with all the traffic going on, and so the pressure is mounting. Our top 2 racers, a 5-point difference. Purple in first at 114. Kevo in second at 109. I bet you more than anything the temperature of those controllers is starting to heat up.
Oh yeah. I mean, oh yeah. And Kevo's got to really be also feeling the pressure, knowing he's going to have to win the next 2 races to clinch this. Like it has to be. He's got to have at least. He's got to grab at least 3 points more than Purple in both this race and the next race.
You see Purple has shifted to the forward aggressive stance that everybody does when they get set to get real with Mario Kart. 2 races left. Will we decide a champion? We're going to find out here soon. It's Kevo and Purple, then the rest of the field.
Triple.
Here we go. Bowser Castle 3. In third place
Purple
is Kevo.
Missed the item box.
Purple missed the item box. That's a huge missed opportunity. Does miss out on some coins as well, too. And it's Kevo in first place with a red shell.
Oh, man, what a great... You can see they're just... They are literally drifting on the thinnest parts of the track. It is so precise. The precision driving here is really fantastic. It's so fun to watch.
Kevo able to navigate those thin ramps. Excellent line here as we approach the final turn towards the first lap coming to a conclusion. It's Kevo in first. Purple in fifth. Purple takes up a bomb. Has 2 mushrooms, but all of a sudden, Purple starting to fall back. Kevo really in a groove at this point.
You already got 2 races.
This is going to give Purple an opportunity to get some stronger power items. Coming up right here on that item box, you can see the slowdown right there just to make sure, just to see what ends up popping up on those boxes. You know, that was the best possible place for Purple to get lightning. Right.
Come on, Purple.
Jim takes a red shell. Kevo still cruising.
Crazy 8.
Lose the green shell. Purple in the back has a crazy 8 and a blue shell. All of a sudden, Purple is going to create chaos here on Bowser's Castle 3. 1 more lap nearing here for Kevo. Kevo's still in the lead, but I don't think he realizes what's coming for him with Purple. Here comes the blue shell. Kevo going to have to just eat all of that. No crumbs left behind. Kevo moving forward. Hangs on to second, though.
Hangs on to second. Really, really good there. He just got back off to a start. He's already back to, oh, he just lost his
Kevo
3
takes
coins.
another hit. All of a sudden, Purple sneaking up on him. In first place is Dive. Kevo going to have to sprint back into this one. Kevo now in 4th place. Just a banana circling them. Purple in 5th with the star trying to pass. Kevo cuts the corner. Purple in 4th. Kevo in 5th. This could be monstrous. Here comes the Piranha Plant. That's not helping out Kevo too much. Kevo in 3rd now. Purple in 4th. Oh, Purple takes a hit. Purple in 5th. Kevo moving forward, trying to pick up some points. Kevo does. Purple going to have to settle for 5th. And as we head into the final race here, Ashley, it'll be just 3 points separating Kevo and Purple as the victory goes to Dive after that race.
What was that?
4, 3, oh.
Unbelievable.
I'm losing my mind right now.
It is going to come down to the 12th and final race to decide the world champion of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You couldn't script it any better, Ashley.
My heart's pounding. I've got goosebumps. You could not possibly script this, and this is peak Mario Kart. I am so excited. I can't imagine what's going through Kevo's mind right now. He's got to be feeling that intense desire to just clinch the win. That's all you want. You just want to get in there, and you want it so bad.
Don't forget, if it's a tie, there is a tiebreaker as well. So there is something to keep in mind. Now,
Purple
situation. Purple, if Purple beats Kevo, no matter what the place is, Purple will be your world champion. However, Kevo, a 1st place finish, clinches at worst a tie. That would mean Purple has to get 2nd place. If Kevo does not get 1st place, that's when things get chaotic. A 2nd place finish for Kevo, that means Purple has to finish 4th or worse in order to force a tie. So if you're Kevo, you have to win. If you're Purple, you're thinking, I just have to stay 1 spot behind Kevo. As long as Kevo doesn't win and I can be 1 spot behind, I'm the world champion.
Is there any strategy in this is my it's like you want to win, obviously. But we're heading to Rainbow Road, and anything can happen.
A lot can happen.
Anything can happen on Rainbow Road.
A prism of possibilities as we get set for our final race here. Multiple sections that you can save some time just by sheer skill. You don't need an item necessarily. And we know that some of these hairpin turns can be very difficult to navigate. How do our racers handle some of the half-pipe sections where you're launching yourself in the air, exposed to weapons potentially?
You can skip a little bit of stuff. There are some areas of the track that can be skipped. There's a trick section that can be skipped after the cannon glider if your timing is right. There's also the half pipes have a little bit of you can jump a little bit of the course. You're going to see some of that here. It is critical. This is a runner course. You know, if you've ever raced Rainbow Road, get ahead, stay ahead, don't fall behind.
And it's important to secure the bag, get those coins, because that is critical here with so much track to cover. Having that speed advantage will be something that everyone's looking for, obviously. But as we said before, if you are Kevo and if you get 1st place, you force a tie at worst. If you're Purple, you just have to stay 1 spot behind if Kevo's not in 1st place. Here we go. Our final race of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe World Championship 2024. Who wants it? Rainbow Road Wii Edition. And it's Dive that switches to Funky Kong. Of all characters, you'll love
Kevo
that.
goes off the track. No.
Kevo falls off the track. Purple, though, in 10th place. Purple fell off as well, too.
Dive, if you win, oh my god.
Things up. Kevo in 6th still has the lead over Purple. We'll keep an eye on Dive in 1st.
Come on, Jim. Come on, Purple. Come on.
Kevo and Purple. Dive. How about Funky Kong? Putting on a display on Rainbow Road as we all were accustomed to seeing in the Wii days.
I absolutely love seeing Funky Kong out here, just cruising on the tracks, living his best life with the
Purple in 4th, Kevo in 6th, still on our 1st lap. Plenty of track to go here. Triple mushroom lined up for Kevo. Let's cut into Jim at 2nd place. Jim with that green shell. Red shell no good against Dive. Here comes Jim cutting the corner here. But it's interesting, the positioning of both Kevo now in 6th, Purple in 5th. They're going to get some decent items here, Ashley.
They are going to get some decent items. It will be very, very critical for them. Kevo's got a star. If Kevo can stay on the track, if Kevo can keep himself safe, he can really gain some ground here.
Kevo burns the star. Doesn't really create much separation as Purple able to blow by Kevo. Kevo has to take a hit. Here comes the blooper. And Kevo now just trying to get to 10 coins. Purple sitting at 10 coins right now. Piranha Plant comes out for Purple. They'll try to utilize that here in the half-pipe section, trying to save some time. You see Purple cutting the corners, but then Purple takes a shot, and that allows Kevo to cut a huge amount of track with those mushrooms, and now Kevo's in fourth, the first one to the barrel before Purple.
I mean, the first one on the barrel, he does lose those other 2 mushrooms right there with the
Oh,
lead.
Jim
but he
wins.
slows
Purple
down.
takes a hit.
Purple takes a hit too. They're trying so hard to get those high impact items.
Thomas in third. Kevo in fifth. Purple in
Oh.
seventh. Purple in the danger zone now. Here comes Kevo moving
Purple,
forward.
come
Kevo
on.
hanging on to fifth place.
Come on,
now in fourth,
Purple.
inching forward. Trying to blow by Panda. Takes over third place. It's now enough of a difference for Kevo to win. Purple in sixth.
Blue shell's out.
And Purple, look at Purple, has a crazy 8 ready to go, and now going to deploy all 8 of those. The Ghost comes out, and now Purple has some protection and all sorts of items. It's Kevo in third. Dive still in first place with Funky Kong. Can Kevo hold off against Purple? Here comes Purple in fourth with a star and 3 mushrooms. Purple marching forward and avoids the lightning bolt. That's
Avoids the lightning.
monstrous.
That's so
And now
huge.
Purple's in second place. Purple takes first place. Purple wants to close this out with an exclamation
Come on,
point.
come on, come on,
Does
come on,
Kevo
come
have
on,
enough
Kevo
in the
has
tank?
no items.
No, Purple in first with that mushroom. An emphatic victory in sights for Purple.
Oh,
Come on,
no
let's
red
go.
shells for Kevo. No red shells for Kevo at all there. He's got a banana and a
Purple
green
protects
shell.
themselves. 1 green shell. Can Purple claim the championship? It's Purple right there at the finish line. And
That is
Purple is your
Oh my
world
God.
champion. Unloading all the items on the final lap, comes from behind and claims the championship in dominant form on that final lap of Rainbow Road.
I mean, the crazy
Jesus
8.
Christ.
You
Oh
can't beat
my
crazy 8. You
God.
got the crazy 8. You avoid the lightning. That really enabled
Ton.
Purple to just pull up
Ugh.
and get ahead and take the lead, and then didn't look back from there.
It was the combo of having the star when the lightning bolt hit. Then you were able to use the star followed by the
Oh
mushroom,
my God.
take the shortcut, and nobody else had a chance after that.
Not
That was
Can't
crazy.
believe his luck. Felt like he was in the driver's seat. No pun intended. Was in third place. Kevo was in sixth. That was
Oh
the difference.
my
He was
God.
That was right
But
there.
then the item box comes up in absolute perfection for Purple.
Oh.
And what we saw there was a tremendous
That was
race.
crazy.
How about all 12 races? It came down to the final one. That's all you can ask for in this situation.
It really is all you can ask for. When you have a tournament like this, you want it to go right down to the wire, and it did. I am so unbelievably impressed by all of these racers today.
Catch your breath after
what a
that.
tournament.
That
What a
was
tournament.
remarkable. And
Oh my
really, I
God.
give a lot of credit for Purple in the way that they're able to keep their composure and really the timing of their items. Because think about it, they could have earned all their items earlier on, have gone through that star, and then taken the lightning bolt. And I don't know if they would have been in the situation they would have been in.
I
Who
don't
knows?
know.
And so sometimes we know a little bit of RNG comes into play
It does.
in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Well, and you
And
saw like your Purple was back there in 6th place. He grabbed that crazy 8, and that is that bagging strategy where you're kind of behind. You're really hoping for those more powerful items because you trust that you're a good enough racer to be able to capitalize on those powerful items and pull up ahead and make it to first place. By the end of the third, like that was the middle to the end of the last lap, and to know that you have the skills, to have the confidence, to have the ability to be able to grab that crazy 8 and go, if I can just get a crazy 8 or a star here, I got this.
So Purple from Japan defends his home track and picks up the victory, led the majority of this competition. Kevo nipping at their heels, but here is the final count. Purple in first, Kevo in second. How about Dive, though? An impressive finish towards the stretch to grab bronze there, essentially, with 122. And it just goes to show you how difficult this competition is. Thomas and Jim, valiant efforts, but Panda, who holds 8 world records, finished in 6th place.
I mean, yeah, that's again
Crazy.
speaks to the field of competition here. Somebody who holds so many world records, just in there in the mix with everybody, but still unable to make something happen in a really effective way.
And so congratulations to Purple. And for Kevo, you look at the way that they stubbed their toe a little bit earlier on in this competition. A couple of races where they took 4th and 5th, those first 2 races, and really set them behind, unfortunately. Now, of course, that would have been tough to overcome with the way that Purple raced that last race. But I think, Ashley, too, the 6 computer players really changed the strategy because no longer could you bag all the way back to 9th, 10th, 11th. We didn't see as many bullet bills come out. As we said, not one lightning bolt to my recollection from our human competitors either. And so that gives us a chance to give the victor their spoils.
You just spelled Mario Kart.
To receive not only the championship plate, but also, as we saw, the
Mario Kart
Deluxe racing jacket. And How about that? That is something
I'm a
that
little
you will
envious.
just always cherish.
What a beautiful. I mean, I would display it proudly in my home.
Well earned and
So well earned.
deserved for Purple. Qualified just a few days ago and rode that momentum all the way to a championship, especially at home. You can't beat that. What a feeling, and the amount of pride and joy that Purple's got to be feeling at this moment, especially against the competition.
Oh my God, I want that sweater.
Jim Thomas, just
Yeah.
remarkable
The best of
competitor.
the best.
Damn.
And now you got to wear the jacket, the champion's jacket that only goes to the world champion. And that's something that you're going to cherish forever. And
I mean, I don't need
and
a
it's a
gold
perfect
jacket.
fit.
I
It's
don't need
almost like
it's-
it was a premonition coming in here
No,
for
what a
Purple.
beautiful! It's so perfect. I don't need a gold jacket. I need one of those. That's how they do a Mario Kart jacket. That's the
Oh my
championship
God.
jacket you want, right?
So much fun, though. We had 12 excellent races. We saw things go up and go down. We saw people jockeying for positioning. But it really felt like that third race on, Purple established themselves as such a threat, getting out to those early leads, but
Very dominant.
was so good at the end of races, Ashley. That's what shocked me. Just
The last third of
Yes.
every last lap, he just no mistakes. No mistakes. Unbelievable performance by Purple today. I do wonder if Kevo had just maybe shaken the jitters a little earlier.
Yes.
It
Well,
felt
the fourth
like
and the
he
fifth
raced
place
a little.
lost some key points
Those
right there.
first couple races
You
really
probably
lost
could go
him a
back
few
to
key points.
Kevo and ask, do you think you could win those races? And that's a difference of 6 or 7. But either way, that's how Mario Kart 8 Deluxe be sometime.
It's
It
true.
doesn't always go your
That's
way.
how it
You
shakes
don't always
out.
get the item you're looking for.
We've
And
all
so
been there.
after all the chaos, it is Purple that is your champion. And congratulations once again, your Mario Kart 8 Deluxe World Champion for 2024 is Purple. And you know, as you step aside, what do you take away from this, Ashley, as we had a chance to see just the best racers in the world duke it out over 12 courses?
Number one take, I need to play more Mario Kart. I have to get better. I need to get good. No, it's being able to watch these racers really shows anybody who loves Mario Kart how the top tier players play, and it really speaks to how great and what a range of players can play Mario Kart. You know, it's like you can have kids play Mario Kart, you can have adults play Mario Kart, you have these players who are the best in the world just playing at a level that is unparalleled. It's just really exciting, and that's the takeaway for me. Like, what a great Grand Prix today.
I also look at the adaptability of all these racers. It wasn't too long ago. It was nothing but Waluigi's on Wigglers every single race.
It's true.
And then you had the patch that changed some of the bagging strategy and how they were able to reform what they're able to do within the constructs of this game to show you how they can push the limits. And you see how difficult it is. We saw a lot of racers fall off the track, bump into walls when everybody's right there and they're so skilled.
Even
that
the best
margin for error.
players.
Even the best players bump into
fall
walls.
off the track.
Remember that
in
for life.
Rainbow Road.
Even the
Even
experts hit the
best.
walls. How
Yeah.
fast can you get back on the track here, folks? And just tremendous fun, and what a special moment for everybody here to be here in Japan, to take this stage, to race against everybody, regardless of whether or not you won. There can only be one winner. This is a memory, an experience they're going to cherish for a lifetime.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's
And
so true.
lots of fun, as we said before, and you know, it really opens everybody's eyes to what you can do in the depth of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And it's a game that we've enjoyed for so many years, yet we continue to see these racers shave off more and
Hundreds
more
of
time,
a second,
hundreds
thousands
of a second,
second.
perfecting how far can you push the limits. And I doubt we've still seen all of them.
Yeah, I think we're going to see them continue to improve, to find new strategies, to figure out better ways to sort of, you know, be clutch in those last seconds of a third lap. You know, this is a really unbelievable team, a crew of contestants. Like I'm so impressed by them, and I can't wait to see what they do.
Congratulations once again to Kevo, Panda, Dive, Jim, Thomas for their competition. They gave us a wonderful show, but only one can hoist that plate. And only one can wear that jacket, and that was Purple today. That was just dominant, as we said before. And you come into this competition, and you might feel nerves, and you might think of what's at stake, but it really feels like once you settle in and you get a chance to just get back into that rhythm of racing and you get that tunnel vision, that's when we saw everybody relax, and the competition and the races and the execution even stepped up another level.
Yeah, really opened up, and we saw in that third, fourth, fifth, sixth race, it really got exciting. There was a lot of surprises. It was really fun to watch these competitors all get in there and really there was a genuine mix of first through sixth, right? Like we really saw them kind of mix it up, and there wasn't any clear winner until right at the end, which again, that's exactly what you want in a Mario Kart tournament.
And what was fun, too, was the mutual respect. We heard Kevo say, coming into this one, he's a favorite, and he looked at some of the qualifying races and thought, everybody's really good.
Everybody
really
really
has respect for
good.
their opponent, and everybody had a wonderful time. And with that, we have crowned a champion. It is Purple from Japan, your Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
Goddamn.
World Champion.
That was stressful.
2024, and as we said, we just saw the best of the best race off against one another, and we can't wait to hopefully do it again some other time. But what a treat it was to watch all of them. And, you know, closing thought, it's something that you realize as you expand the opportunities, as we had representatives from Hong Kong and from Korea as well, too. You love opening up the world of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the competition to everybody.
It's just so much fun to be able to watch these competitors play at this level, and what an honor. And you know, like I said, we'll see you on the tracks.
All right, well, for myself and Ashley Esqueda and our wonderful crew from behind the scenes that did everything to make this look so beautiful, and to all of our competitors, thanks again to you, the viewer, for joining us. Make sure you stay tuned, though, because coming up next, we're going to head to the Splatlands. We've got the Splatoon 3 World Championship 2024 coming up around the corner. Make sure you join us for that. But for once again, congratulations to Purple, your world champion for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for 2024.